imagine if you had so much thinking power up here, but you just moved it like this, but you had all this body at your disposal. Hello and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about you mentally. Most of the challenges that you face, it's not about your body not being able to do it. It's more about how far are you willing to go mentally. How hard you push it in the gym. Can you fast for a whole day or 2 days or even more? When do you stop? Do you stop immediately when you hit a wall? When taking a cold shower, for instance, or when you're supposed to meet that deadline in whatever it is that you're doing? We had to realize that our brains are plasticky, and what that means is that our brains can change. And they can change based on the thoughts that you have and based on what you do. And every pattern, everything that you do is something that sometimes has been reinforced either by upbringing, by society, or by yourself. And the majority of the things that you do is on autopilot. Like 95% of your day is basically things that you don't think about doing, you just do them. And those pathways in your brain is like a road that has been used, it's a hard asphalt, it's a hard road that you can drive a car on, and it's been walked up on so many times that you don't even think about it. You just walk that road because it's there. But next to this road, it could be a field, for instance, a field of grass, let's say. High and tall grass. And to steer away from the road in your head, that can be a pathway of neurons firing actually, it's hard, it's difficult, and that's where you face a wall. You want to be comfortable, you want to steer back to that road because that's where you always have walked and that's where it's easiest to go. And whenever we try to do things that are outside of our comfort zone, that's when things become hard because it's slower. It's maybe there are snakes in the tall grass that's next to the road. But one key thing to realize is that if you start diverting from that road, every now and then you decide to take another path. This can be as simple as, instead of going in that same road every day to work or school or whatever it is that you're doing, that you take another path. Instead of going right, to try the left path. And then you're starting to actually realize, you're starting to use your neuroplasticity that, oh, you can actually change paths. And you can apply this in a bigger picture, of course, where you, instead of doing, let's take a health example, instead of eating breakfast, you skip breakfast and you eat a larger lunch, for instance. Or instead of watching 10 episodes on a series on Netflix, you can watch 1. You divert from that usual road that you take, and eventually, if you keep doing this every day, you will start to walk up a pathway through that tall grass. And if you keep on moving into this pathway, eventually you'll have walked it up so much that it becomes easier to walk this new path. And the road will start to become overgrown by grass because you're not maintaining that road anymore. And so eventually you will have a gravel road, you will eventually have walked other paths so much in your head, firing those neurons, those pathways, that it will have been reinforced, and eventually that new path becomes a road. And that's how you start to change things. You start by little and keep at it until you build another road, and then you can go easier on that next road than you would have on the road that you had from the beginning. And that's part of your mental game, realizing that you can move toward change, and you can also hit through walls that you face by keeping at it. And that's part of this thing that I heard, I think it was Bob Proctor, a known person within personal development, that said if everyone would use their bodies like they use their heads, they would use their bodies like this. So imagine if you had so much thinking power up here, but you just moved it like this, but you had all this body at your disposal. That's not very useful, is it? But if you start using more of your own thoughts, and what those thoughts are is, for instance, keeping a positive attitude in face of difficulties. It's actually standing up whenever you're making mistakes. It is moving into uncomfortable situations that you can grow from. And it's about building discipline and using your mind and not listening to your body. I usually think of it like not taking yourself too seriously. Trying to take a bird's eye view or external view of yourself when you're doing things or when you're feeling things. That it's all about the thoughts that you put on the things that you think about that will matter. For instance, if stress is positive or negative, it depends on your own thoughts about it. So if you could bring in more like better thoughts, then you can change yourself, you can use more of your mind, accomplish more things of what you want in life, and be more happy. So use more of what you have in here, and that's going to get you on a road that may be uncomfortable at first, but it will be worth it in the long run. And it's also all about putting away the short-term rewards for those long-term rewards further in the future, so that you can reap the benefits of doing something uncomfortable right now and get the long-term benefits that will await you. Happier life, healthier life, longer life, better relationships, better accomplishments. Everything is there. You need to put away, not all, but most short-term benefits, short-term rewards, because that will reinforce that usual road that you've been going on for so long, and you probably could get away with some more challenge in your life, some more accomplishments, something more that you can grab a bite of and accomplish. So challenge yourself with more mental challenges, and you'll build another road that you can walk on that hopefully will be better than the one that you're walking on right now. Building mental resilience in your life so that you can be better than you are right now. I wish you the best and good luck with your own problem solving. See you next time.